Whoop. I fell in the mine fiend trap.
The minefiend trap.
Yeah, this hole he's got over here. Well, that's what he called it, the old place anyway.
Cheeky bugger.
Think you may need a wooden golem at each end of these lanes.
My keyboard had died whenever I came back
Had it?
from vacation. Yeah, the keyboard wasn't working at all. It's like the cord had broke or something. You could, if you held the cord in a certain position, it would work. Otherwise, it wouldn't register it. So, like, I have no idea what Dwindon was doing at my house on my keyboard while I wasn't here, but whatever. So, yeah, I went out and got another one. The only corded one that I could find. I ran to one of the local stores, and everything was wireless. You know, wireless. I found one that actually had a cord that plugged in. Really nice one. It was a little more expensive, but it's an illuminated one. So like all the keys are lit up, so you can see what they are, and it's like, finally I've got a keyboard that I can use and see what the keyboard says, as dark as I usually keep my room here, you know.
Yeah. My keyboard's all lit up. It's got a beautiful red light that goes underneath the keys as well, so you sort of like all the keyboard, the gaps shine as well.
Yeah, that is nice. Yeah, this one you can see the gaps in between, but it's just the white light from the LEDs.
Yeah.
And yeah, I really like it. I'm definitely going to get these in the future. So I like not having to hold, you know, I keep my room so dark. The only light in here really is from the screen over here. So it's like whenever I'm trying to find a specific key, I have to hold it right up to my face and squint. Not anymore. Gonna have to run here in probably about another 5 or 10 minutes, because Dwindon's gonna be calling and telling me he's on his way.
Looking at John Lee's page, he's got all that new YouTube layout and everything. Are they minding you to change to that or anything yet?
I'm constantly getting nagged. Between the whole, you know, do you want to change to the new layout? And don't you really want to use your real name? Come on, use your real name. It's getting annoying as hell. Like YouTube seems to be, give me the impression they're a lot like EA. You know, they really don't care for their customers very much.
There's one here from 3 weeks ago. Minecraft Nostalgia, Gnarlo's Island. English subtitles. On John Lee's page.
I haven't caught up to that one yet. That one would have come out just before we'd gone on vacation, so yeah, haven't gotten that caught up in the backlog yet. Like GOG, I'll have to take a look at that either tonight or tomorrow. See what he's done on the old island. He's been building some more.
I could watch these little fellas run around forever. Very cute.
Well, it works mostly.
Bet you already have more melon, netherwort, and pumpkin than you'll ever use. Says the man with a hive full of stuff.
Very funny.
It's a bit scary because I've got like my render this turned down so low that you can only see like about 2 or 3 chunks, and then it's all like into grey fog, especially at night.
Uh-huh.
But all here, the mobs are just standing frozen in the wasteland because we're more than 40 blocks away.
Yeah.
Really creepy.
Yeah, yeah. Reminded me a lot of whenever we were in the inn and coming back, and all the Endermen are all standing on that edge looking at you. Like, whoa.
Pro tip, make an ender chest, then an ender bag and attach bag to chest. Then keep all your good gear in bag. Can carry our chest full of valuables with you safely.
Oh, I'm glad I'm a man.
Why?
Oh, just talking to the wife just now. She was talking about how exhausted and tired she was. And I said, well, didn't you sleep some today? And it's like, no, well, you was coming, so I had to clean the house. It's like, okay, whatever. And then I had to cook, and it's like, okay, then whatever. So that couldn't have taken all day. What did you do then? Well, then I had to go out, and I had to color my hair, and I had to do this. And it's like, what the are you talking about? You know? Had to color her hair and had to pick out what clothes she was going. It's like, you're going to work! And you're not like a receptionist or a senior secretary for a big corporation. You're a nurse.
Yeah.
You're about to be up to your, well, if you worked on a real floor instead of peds, you're going to be up to your elbows in blood in a little while, you know? Who the hell cares what you're wearing and whether you colored your hair? And it's not just her. Last night, I had to call. We were really, really quiet. The census was low. So I talked to the supervisor. We had someone on call. And I talked to the supervisor and said, you know, what are we going to have to call her in or not? And he was like, no, the ER is quiet. There's hardly anybody down there. There's beds all over the hospital. Said there shouldn't be any problem. She should probably not have to worry about coming in. I said, great. So about 30 minutes after that, she called and she said, what are the chances I'm going to get called in? And I said, you know, very low. He said, supervisor says the house is quiet as can be. Nothing's going on. Says we're well staffed. Said, you know, I wouldn't worry about it too much. And she said, okay, well, I'll go take my make off for them.
Yeah.
Well, of course, 45 minutes later, they've called us our 4th admission since I talked to her. You know, we've had 4 admissions, and I've called the supervisor, and he says, I don't know what the hell's gone on. ER's exploded. We're filling up. I've had to put people everywhere. He said, yeah, go ahead and call her. So at this time, it's after midnight. You know, it's like 12:30, and I have to call her back and tell her, and she's like, oh, my God, you're kidding. I went, no, I'm sorry. He said, we're going nuts here. Said, you know, in the 45 minutes since I've called you, they've called us 4 patients. We got 4 brand new patients coming up to the floor and all that. And she's like, well, alrighty, I'll come on in. It's going to be a little while. I got to put my makeup and all back on. It's like, what? What?
Well, they like that, they are.
Yeah. I think I got it.
They seem to be doing fine now.
Lordy, lordy, lordy. I just don't get it. It truly does, you know.
Like you say, that's women for you.
Yeah. I just have to wonder. It's like, how much of that is like, did we do this to you? You know, is this, how much of this is genetic and how much of it is socialization, you know? You know, and I know a huge part of the argument is, oh, it's socialization. This is, you know, it's our commercial culture. This is what we program women to think that they need to do this and da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, yeah, I believe that's part of it. But then you look back and the women wore makeup back in ancient Egypt, you know. We're talking 6,000 years ago the women wore makeup. It's like, what the hell? You know? part of it has to be genetic. There has to be a genetic quality to it, like in nature, where you've got the
The ones that attract
sexual,
the mate, yeah.
yeah, the sexual dimorphism where you're trying to attract the mate. Think to the baboons where their butts swell up and turn red, or think of the birds that the particular usually the male that has the bright multicolored plumage and all. And
Got 2 wood and 1 straw trapped in the farm. Straw harvests and plants and the wood collect.
just our particular culture and commercialism has just carried it to the extreme. Hate to break it to the ladies, but you want to attract a mate, just get naked.
Exactly.
You really don't need to put on all that stuff. Take the stuff off.
That's it.
That's
Men ain't
the
that
secret.
complex, are we?
Yeah, we aren't that complex. Want to attract a guy? Talk to him.
But wood can only go a few blocks. 16 maybe.
1 on
Really
either
care
end.
about that.
Ah,
So here, hold this a bit.
Well, primarily the not caring about the talking to us occurs after marriage. That's when it comes to, honey, I love you, but my show's on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because you know that's the time they will take to say, oh, can we just talk about this?
Oh, God, yes. God, yes.
A terrarium.
So one of my favorite lines from the Addams Family is when they're sitting there and, Gomez, they've lost their house. Gomez is sitting there in his underwear in front of the TV and
Yoop, good one too.
God, I fell in the mind fiend trap again. And Morticia's like, are you going to get up and go out and look for a job? And he's sitting there, what? He's like, what? And Miss Gilligan? Well, I know the next thing I need to make. I feel like the odd man out without a jetpack.
Hey, I'm not using my jetpack.
Yeah, but I notice he had his on, and I've seen you flying around. I was like, alrighty.
I'm parkouring all this.
Okay guys, 3 am. Have to call it a night. Palm Sunday tomorrow, so up early with Mrs.
Okay, night MF.
Oh, good night, man.
Yep. Well, gotta be up early in the morning.
K, night bros. See you next time.
We'll be on tomorrow night.
Oh, certainly should be.